Welcome, Sabine D, that you're here already. And welcome to everyone who might be watching this on the replay at some point in the future. You can see I'm joined here today with Rachel Molenda, and we have quite an exciting hour planned. I'm really honestly looking forward to this time, kind of selfishly excited to get to do this along with all of you. So we're going to be talking about self-identity scripting, basically writing to the results that you desire to have in your business. So how this topic pertains to us as nutritionists. And Rachel is a nutritionist as well, but also a global mindset coach and a motivational speaker and an award-winning podcast host who inspires people to take action in their lives. And so she works through virtual and real life activating coaching experiences, and she helps to turn her clients' hesitant dreams into real life outcomes. I love that. And today, Rachel's here with us in Networking Nutritionist for a 1-hour session on how you can use the tried, true, and proven tool of self-identity script writing to create the results that you desire in your business. So she's going to share that in order to experience the results that you desire in your business, you must see and believe in yourself as the brilliant and skilled leader that you are. And all of this is because the way that you view yourself dictates the results that you'll experience. And as nutritionists, I think all of us have some of that experience with our clients, how their self-identity really is reflective in the outcomes that they'll have with treatment and interventions that we might recommend. So I love that we're going to apply this to ourselves as practitioners here and manifest some of the things that we would like to see in our businesses. So welcome, Rachel. Welcome to all the rest of you who have popped in the last couple of minutes here. I'm really excited that we're all here to spend this hour together. And thank you, Rachel, for offering your experience here and coming to share on this topic with us.
Thank you for having me. This feels really exciting to be back. I forgot to mention in my bio, I used to be a holistic nutritionist, trained at the Institute of Holistic Nutrition. So it feels really cool to be back with my OGs and to support you all in creating the business that you desire. Because I know from my experience, now I can see in hindsight some of the places that I was blocked, and through the years, I've gotten really involved in mindset to become a mindset coach, and I've learned a lot. So I'm excited to share with you how we can use mindset and looking at our self-identity and the beliefs that we have in general and the beliefs that we have about ourselves to create the reality that we desire. And actually, Veronica, that you gave me a good launch point there. You said something along the lines of, like, we know our clients, we know the clients that get results, that get the results, right? Because it's because of the way that they see themselves. So let's just jump into the chat here. Hello, everyone joining, by the way. I see some familiar names, which is really fun. Let me hear from you in the chat. What kind of results, what kind of clients of yours get the best results? Or another way that you can think of this is, what's the difference between a client that gets results versus a client that doesn't get lasting results? What are some qualities that they have? What are some things that they're doing or not doing?
So Sabine says being open-minded, one who takes responsibility for their health and life, trusting the process. That's a good one. Clients who are open-minded to guidance, dedicated, determined, all really good words.
Yes. Yeah. So they're fully surrendered to a new reality, let's say, right? So, and they're taking responsibility. They're saying, hey, I'm all in on this. I'm going all in. I'm willing to do the lifestyle overhaul. Yeah, Angelica, compliance, right? And so the reason why these clients get results versus those that are just, they show up, like, maybe we just saw them, it's February 1st now, so maybe you've just seen them fall off. But what happens is that, like, we know, we've seen that our clients who just take on the new habits or the new healthy lifestyle habits, it's like, it's not long lasting, right? Because we can't just change habits. If it was as simple as just changing habits, everyone in the world would be healthy by now, because there's so much information out there that, like, we would all be healthy, but people still aren't. So what's the missing link? And the missing link is what you've highlighted here. Not everyone goes for the full lifestyle overhaul. And when you're going for a full lifestyle overhaul, you're saying, hey, I'm committed to a new reality moving forward. I'm committed to seeing myself as a healthy person. And when you start to see yourself as the healthy person, you start to feel like the healthy person, you start to act like the healthy person, you start to get results like the healthy person. And the same goes for you and your business. Okay, so you guys are already pros at this because you do this with your clients. Okay, now you just got to do it for yourself with your business. So just like we can't just change habits in our business, we can't just post more on Instagram, we can't just throw out another newsletter, we can't just throw out a new program. We need to see ourselves as the brilliant, skilled, transformative coaches, nutritionists, practitioners that we are. Who's ready to see themselves in that light? Who's like, I'm ready to go all in and change the story that I have of myself? Change the story that I have of myself as a practitioner, as a coach, as a business owner. Hell yes. I love it, Connie. Give me some energy here. Let's see it. She is ready. Yes, keep it going. This is it. Great. So we already know we're all in. In order to make any changes, guys, you need to be both ready and willing. If you're not, game over. And we need to decide. Decision making is the key to the success that we desire. That's what actually makes change. Indecision is no decision. Okay. So we got some hell yes, I'm ready. I'm all in. Great. So tell me, what are some results that you would like to see in your business? What would be like, let's just like close your eyes for a second. What would be so cool to experience? What would be like your dream situation? What are some goals of yours? Do you want to open a wellness center or clinic? Do you want to run retreats? Do you want to have a full waiting list of clients? What are some goals of yours? What kind of things are your clients saying to you? And if you're noticing, yeah.
I was going to say, while we wait for some other things to come in, I'll jump in and say that this year I would like a little bit more ease. There's been a lot of transitions over the last few years. So I would love if I just felt like I was coasting for a little while. That would be a nice change for me.
Great. Ease.
And I see Connie has said a waiting list of clients would be a dream. Sophia has booking in advance at least 4 follow-ups. So doing more sort of packages, that would be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Great. These are awesome. And if you're noticing it's difficult to think up like what would be so great, just notice that. Like, don't judge it, but just notice that, right? Notice how the mind doesn't really want to think of all the great things that can come to you. Very easy to think of everything that could go wrong, though, and all the crappy things. Why? Because we have this cute little amygdala guy in the back of our in our brain that is our worry center, that's trying to keep us safe, that's trying to keep us exactly where we are, even if we don't like it, because it knows how to operate from this place, right? So just notice that. Yeah, Sophia added people following up without me calling them. Beautiful. Great. So, and my business fully supporting my lifestyle. I love it. I love these dreams of yours. I'm holding these visions for all of you. So here's what we have to know in order to make that our reality. You're gonna want to write this down. You're gonna want to write down these 5 letters that are gonna change your life. CTFAR. You're gonna write them down in a like a vertical line, almost like you're writing an acrostic poem. CTFAR. I can tell you what these stand for. So the C stands for circumstance. T stands for thoughts. F stands for feelings. A stands for actions or inactions or reactions. And R stands for results. So actually we're gonna play this with this for a second. So what I want you to write down in the results column row is, what are some results in your business right now that are happening that you're not too pumped about? So maybe it's like the results are no clients or not enough clients, feeling burnt out, not being where I want to be, feeling envious of other people's businesses. So what's the current reality or result of your situation? The reason why I imagine you're here because you want to change the story. So what problem do you want to solve? Yeah, burnt out, clients saying my services are too expensive. Great. So that would be like not having clients. Needy clients, yeah. So no clarity, not being where I want to be. Right. Oh, we need to do a whole other webinar on the money piece, because I could throw some smackdowns here for you guys. I feel you on that. I feel like the nutrition industry isn't compensated in the way that it should be. So results. So here's the thing. We're gonna work our way up this list, and we can actually start at any given point. So these are the current results in your business. Knowing that, well, maybe you don't know yet, I'm going to tell you that thoughts create feelings, feelings create actions, and actions create results. What might be contributing to this result? So what do you know right now? What feeling do you have about this result? Let's start there. What feeling do you have about this result? And to identify our feelings, what can be helpful is going to, it's called the feelings wheel. Feelingswheel.com has got that for us. You guys seem to know feelings. Great. So not worthy, fear, frustrated. Yes. You're going to hear the sounds of Mexico City in the background. Great. And knowing that a thought had to create that feeling, what thought might you be having as a result? So see overwhelmed here as well. Again, fear, frustration, worthy, unworthy. So actually, I'm not worthy would be the thought. The feeling might be sadness, maybe even some fear. So what are you believing to be true that's creating this feeling? If people won't pay you what you want to be paid for your services, are you believing that I'm not good at what I do? I don't know enough? I'm doing something wrong. I'm not knowledgeable enough. Sophia, I would even take that one further. So Sophia said here, people don't have money. They don't understand how valuable my services are, which makes me feel ... And then what would be the thought before that? Okay. So it sounds like we got some thoughts down. So we got our thoughts, we got our feelings. What are the actions that come as a result when you're like, I must not be good at what I do. I'm a piece of crap. No one cares. I should just throw in the towel. I knew it. I like I don't know enough. I'm not cut out for this. What are the actions or inactions or reactions that come after that thought and that feeling? Withdraw, hide. Yep. Been there. Stalling, postponing, offering discounts to a millionaire. Thank you for your honesty, Sophia.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. Okay. We're turning this ship around, guys. I can't wait. Thank you for your honesty there. That just painted the picture so beautifully. Great. So we're withdrawing. We're like, I'm piece of crap. Like, don't look at me. And we stop posting. We stop talking about our offerings. And then we're like no one cares. Like my I must throw in the towel now. Hang on a second, guys.
I don't know if you guys heard Rachel say earlier, she's in Mexico City right now. So there's lots of hustle and bustle where she is, very jealous of the weather that she must be experiencing.
Sorry about that, guys. All
No
right.
worries. We're all jealous of the fact that you're in Mexico right now.
We can all agree that we're not happy with these results. Yeah? We can all agree that we want a new reality. So the good news is that we can, because we're going to go back to the CTFAR. So our thoughts, you have the thoughts that you have because you have beliefs. And your beliefs were formed in your first 10 years of life when you were a kid, just going about the world, trying to make sense of it, trying to, like, we didn't have the ability to decipher fact from fiction. So like anything you're exposed to, that becomes a fact for you. Any of your surroundings, like parents, any influences that you have, any teachers. Like, I feel like we all remember like something that was said in the schoolyard or something that was said to us. Like, you can all paint a picture of that, like that one moment or multiple moments maybe. Okay. And that's when your subconscious mind, so where you think and live from 95% of the time, that's when that's being formed. So without doing the work to reprogram our subconscious mind, we're all walking around as kids and child brains in adult bodies, which means a lot of us are walking around with a lot of limiting beliefs and stories, right? A lot of projected realities from other people, of their stuff, of their I'm not good enough stories, of their money stories. Okay. And that's the lens you start to look through and go throughout the world. That's the way you start to see yourself. And the way you see yourself dictates the reality that you see in the world, dictates the outcomes that you experience. If I came on this call right now and I'm like, I'm a piece of crap motivational speaker, and I don't know enough. I don't trust myself. That's the reality I would get. Like that's what I would feel. That's what you would feel. And all of us would feel awful. And I don't want to feel awful. I want this to feel really good. It doesn't mean those stories can't come up, by the way. Those stories can still be there. We can't control what thoughts come up. We can control what thoughts we choose. We can also change the beliefs that we have. And we can change it in two ways. We can change it through beliefs change through a emotionally traumatic event and repetition. Those are the two ways we can change our beliefs. So if you've ever had something really big happen to you, this could be a big T trauma or a little T trauma. It could be a breakup, a loss of a job, death of a loved one, car accident, a health ailment. I think a lot of you might be actually in this field because you had experiences with your health. For me, it was an eating disorder. So that was like my trauma. And it changed my thinking, my way of which I saw the world. And so the good news is that at any given moment, if we are ready and willing, we can change the story to one that serves us. We can choose new thoughts. We can choose new beliefs. And when we change that, we create a new reality for ourselves. So let's try this on. Let's turn the ship around. So let's go back to CTFAR. What results do you want in your business? You shared some of them with me earlier, so maybe go there, or if new ones have popped in, let's drop them. So what results do you want to see in your business? So I think earlier we had like the waiting list of clients paying me exactly what I want. I don't even have to negotiate with them. Easiness in booking. Great. So once you've written down your results that you desire, I want you to write down what would be the feeling that you would have about this. How would you feel if you had easiness in booking? How would you feel if clients wrote you after saying, wow, like you changed my life? How would you feel? Calm, happy. I feel successful, respected, confident. Yeah. Yep. And knowing that thoughts create feelings, what thoughts do you think you would be having or would you need to have in order to create those feelings? So, Connie, great example here. I am respected for my knowledge. That's a thought. Therefore, you feel happy, proud, calm, peaceful, excited, motivated. Okay, so write down the thought. I'm good at what I do. I change people's lives. Let's drop more of those I am statements. I am, or I kind of like I change people's lives. I was born to do this. I'm making a dramatic impact on people's lives. I love what I do. Beautiful. Noticing the energy shift already? Feels a little bit better. We're like, yeah. Ugh. Shake off that old story. Great. And let's imagine you have those thoughts and you have those feelings. What kind of actions do you think that would follow that are leading to those results? Previously, you were going to hide because you're like, don't look at me. What are you doing now that you know that you're like, you got it going on? You're like this coveted business owner, this coveted practitioner, this coveted coach. You got this long waiting list of clients. What's next? Maybe you're actually like taking time to figure out your program offerings and not trying to push it out tomorrow because you're like, crap, I need money or I need validation or whatever it might be. Sharing my client successes more openly. Beautiful. Maybe you're posting on social media and showing up on social media in a way that feels really good. Or maybe you're just like, because you trust that the clients are coming because they want you and need you, you're just like, okay. You're like, yep, Michelle, come on in. Great, thanks. Payment, great, thank you. Awesome, have a great day. Okay. Like we're not forcing anything. We're just like, yeah, come on in. Creating more programs, balancing in my life, no longer hiding, taking care of myself as well. And of course, we know the results, right? So let me ask you, how does that reality sound to you guys? We digging that? Feels a little bit better. I think it feels better. Yeah, wonderful. So the cool thing is we just did that in like less than 10 minutes. I dragged that one out, but you can do it in like 2 to 5 minutes. Nothing changed. I don't know if you got an email from a prospective client within the past 10 minutes saying, I want to work with you, or if you have a bunch of followers on Instagram now or whatever. Let's just pretend like none of that has happened, but you feel drastically different now. Yeah. Yeah. The only thing that's changed is a story that you have of yourself up here. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys how we can turn that around. And I didn't talk too much about the C in CTFAR. I just realized that what that essentially means is that the circumstance, which is your current situation, is it's always neutral. So whatever is happening in your business, it's always neutral. It's the thoughts and the feelings that we bring to that make it mean more than it actually needs to, and often makes it feel worse than it actually is. So when someone says, I need a payment plan, it doesn't mean you're a piece of crap. They just need a payment plan. And actually, payment plans are awesome because now you have recurring monthly revenue. Or when a client says, I'm not able to work with you at this time, it just means they can't work with you at this time. It doesn't mean anything more than that. Okay. So you can write this one down too, as like as a mantra, as a go-to. Create the story that's going to serve you. Because the thing about beliefs, which we now know control our reality, is that whatever you ultimately believe is going to be true. And there's very little things in this life that are actually true, but they feel so true because we've chosen that path so many times. We've chosen that stream of thought. We've gone down there a bunch. We're like, it must be true. It must be true. Money must be hard to come by. Money must not grow on trees. It must be hard to get clients. Right? But we can also believe another reality. One thing I joke around with, I'm in a mastermind with a few other entrepreneurial women. We joke around, we say like, be delusional. Like, be delusional. Like, if you think that like, yeah, I am the Beyonce or the Kardashians of the health and nutrition world, that is the reality that you'll get. Right? Whatever you believe is true. I'm getting a lot of interruptions at this time. Hang tight. I'm gonna go solve this one.
How are you all feeling about this? I would love to see in the chat while we're waiting. Do you believe that already, that what you believe is true? Is that something that you've seen in your life?
Sorry, folks. It
That's
happens to
okay.
be it's actually a really beautiful thing. It's so I'm in Mexico City right now, and I have a weekly cleaner, and they tend to come early, so I'm very grateful that they're here, but it's not the right time. They knew they're supposed to come in half hour. Okay, that should be all the interruptions. Thanks for hanging with me here.
So I was just, while you were off the
Yeah.
screen there, I was just asking if everyone who's here, if they've seen that in their life where what they believe becomes true. And so that's Connie saying yes. And Sophia saying she'd love to go deeper on that.
Yeah. Yes. And this relates to all aspects of our life beyond business too. I also had a belief. So I'm 5'11". I'm quite tall. Even that's a belief. Like maybe 5'11" isn't tall. Depends on what you relate that to. But I had a belief that like guys don't like tall women. And so whenever I was around guys or like going on dates, I'd like hide and like not be my full self. And what reality would I get? Them feeling withdrawn from me because I'm hiding, because I'm not being my fully expressed self. It's not because I'm tall, but because it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So this is why it matters so much to look at what thoughts are hanging out in your subconscious mind. And I mentioned we live from our subconscious mind 95% of the time. Only 5% of the time do we actually use our conscious mind. Whoa. Right? So the effort that we actually have to take to reprogram that it's got to be pretty intentional. It really has to become part of your daily life. We got to be looking at these things daily. So how do we do that? What I'm going to share with you is a tool called self-identity script writing. And this is a tool that I learned while working with a mindset coach myself. But it's also a tool that's been around for ages. There's a book called Think and Grow Rich by, why am I forgetting the author's name right now? It'll come to me, but it's called Think and Grow Rich. And it originated so like decades ago. And it all operates off of the same premise that we get what we believe, and the way that you see yourself creates the reality that you'll end up experiencing. So in my mindset coaching program, I learned this tool, self-identity script writing. And the whole idea is that essentially we are rewriting the story that we want to be in our subconscious mind. So, but starting at looking at what results do you want? Like, what are all those desires for your personal and professional life? And then what kind of thoughts would you have to be thinking in order to create that reality, and essentially writing that out as a manifesto. I am so happy and grateful now that I am ... And so the reason why I'm so passionate about this tool is because I went all in on it. I embarked on a 100-day writing journey and very quickly saw how it changes your life. So I had a line in there that said, I'm in the romantic relationship of my dreams with the hottest, funniest, most sensitive man, and he treats me like a queen. And this was back in September 2021. And I think 60 days into writing my script, and I met my then partner, who was the first guy that I could actually ever say that I could marry. And when we met, he actually, we didn't even talk about it, but he put a little queen emoji beside my name. I was like, what? Now we are no longer together, and I don't want that to be like oh, it didn't work out sort of thing. I've learned about a term recently called almost manifestations. When you're really close to being towards what you desire, the universe is going to serve up things that look very close to what you want, but there might be a part where you're settling on it, and it's saying, hey, are you actually ready? Are you actually ready to go all in? Okay. So look out for those things. Another line I had was, money comes to me easily and effortlessly. And that was the first year where I surpassed a 6-figure income. And I also had another line called that said, adventure and spontaneity are the norm. And that winter started my sort of digital nomadic life of sorts. And with like such ease. Like I was living in Toronto at the time. And I remember being in my apartment in like October, and I was like, I don't want to be here this winter. And I was like, okay. And I went on Instagram stories. It was like Tuesday at 4 p.m. And I was like, hey, does anyone want to rent I call it the rage pad, my apartment. Does anyone want to rent the rage pad this winter? By 6 p.m., it was sublet for the whole winter by 2 different people at different times. Like just so easy. I found a parking spot for my car, like easy, easy, easy. Because again, when you believe something to be true, when you decide that's your reality, that's the reality that you get. And we have proof of this already, because the reality that you're experiencing right now is only here because you've decided something, because you're calibrated to a certain version. So we just got to recalibrate you. We just got to get you thinking like the limitless human that you are. That's it. Okay. And so my script writing journey has evolved a lot over the years. I've been scripting for about a year and a half now, on and off. I'm on a new script right now that actually just a few days ago, I celebrated 250 days of script writing, which is really exciting. I'm going for the 365. And the cool thing about that too is that if I showed you my journal, so there's days where I didn't write the full script. I wrote a line, and there's days, I think there's 1 or 2 days that I forgot, and people often ask me, oh, what if you miss a day? I'm like, I don't know. What if? What do you want to make that mean? I don't make it mean anything. I'm just like, I'm like, oh, I literally just forgot sometimes. Right. And it's just a choice of like, do I want to keep going? And I've gone through periods where I haven't had it, and I know how that now feels. So I'm back to it. And you can use script writing in so many different ways, whether it's like as a manifestation sort of writing, like I did in the past. Now I use it as like an anchor for myself. As you guys know, this entrepreneurial journey that we're on is a freaking ride. Holy crap. Has it ever taken me out at times and literally brought me to my knees and challenged my mental health in many ways. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. But what I found really helpful is having tools in my toolkit to support myself during this ride. And one of those things is self-identity script writing, and having it as an anchor to remember who I am and where I'm going. Because it's only when you lose sight of that things get a little hairy and all over the place. So in my script right now, I'm essentially, most of what I'm writing out is my current reality, but I need it there because there's days where I may not believe it or like remember where I'm going. And I just need something to help me to remember where I'm going. So right now, let's see if I can remember it. I am Rachel Molenda. My superpower is to hype people up outside of their comfort zones and remind them what it means to be alive through activating coaching experiences, in brackets, best-selling books, meditations, visualizations, cold exposure, retreats, brand ambassadorship, public speaking, and coaching programs. The effect this has on people is that it is a gift that keeps on giving. One experience of pushing someone outside of their comfort zone unlocks an inner confidence they carry with them for life. I make and record my own music. I live in a bright, beautiful loft. I take immaculate care of my body. I create intentional and memorable experiences. And I am married to the love of my life and my best friend. That's my current script. And the loft one is cool because I just manifested my loft like last week. I'm going to see it. I put in my deposit last week. But like so wild, like once you decide like what it is, like I've been, and this script has evolved a bit. Why I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I can remember it. Cause this is a new one from like 50 days ago. I recommend like not changing it too much. Cause again, the subconscious mind needs the repetition. However, if you're writing something and it's not exciting you, then like rewrite the script. So yeah, the loft one is a new one that I realized I really wanted. And then again, I'm in Mexico City right now for, the winter and a bit beyond. And I was looking at places, and I noticed I was like really drawn to lofts. And there's one that wasn't in the great area, but I loved it. And then like the most perfect one showed up like in a nearby neighborhood that I love. And there's another serendipitous story to that, which is just wild. That just goes to show that like what you desire is yours, and what you want wants you. So all that to say, self-identity script writing, it's where it's at. Oh, thank you, Sophia. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. You've read it then. Maybe. And Dee says, I've tried these practices before, but tend to lose sight of the thoughts become things mantra and end up back where I started. Right. So this is really important to remember, that it's like at first it's conscious effort of seeing yourself, of like just showing up to it every day, just deciding. This is the value of pre-deciding something, because once you pre-decide, it's on. Okay. It's like your client. Think of your client, like they need to be all in. They need to say I'm ready and willing, because those first 10 to 20 days, they're going to feel crunchy. Like I've put 500 people through my self-identity script writing course now, and I chat with them at the beginning of their journey, and they're like, oh my God, my paradigms are so loud. And I'm like, I know you're in the this is BS phase. I call that like the first 20 days, you're gonna be like BS. Right. And also knowing that the way the law of polarity works is that to know one thing, you need to know the other. So to know happy, you need to know sadness. To know dark, you need to know light. To know abundance, you need to know scarcity, and vice versa. So that's why you'll notice that when you're leaning into this like abundant mindset, you're like, why is all my scarcity crap coming up right now? It's just there, right? It's like those stories being like, no, you're not who you say you are. And it's not about wronging those thoughts when they come up. It's just saying, hey, I see you. And like also like talking to that part of you. Right? Because there's a story there. There's a little scared person in that part of you. And just remembering that your thoughts are part of you and not all of you is really important as well. Sabine asks, do you write it once every day or several times every day? Once a day. And you can choose which time of day you want to do this. So I've done this at night. The first rendition of the script, for some reason I did it at night, which is actually great for your subconscious mind. But like, from a compliancy standpoint, like game over if you had a glass of wine or like had a late night, because you're like, I don't want to write that script right now. So I do it in the morning first thing now. And I love that, especially because it's like an anchor. It's like when I wake up, I'm like, oh yeah, this is where I'm going. This is where I'm working on today. Right. So what I want to do is I want to remind you guys of your power. I want us to journey through that feeling of limitlessness. And maybe through that, you'll discover more desires that you actually have. Because there's another quote from Einstein. All these old names are like coming back. Like I feel like we wrote them off, but they know some stuff. You can't find a solution to a problem from the same energy it was created in. So if you're in self-doubt land and limiting beliefs and I'm not good enough, you're not going to find your abundant mindset. You can't find the solution to your problems from the same energy it was created in. So, for example, if I was like in a really funky mood right now and I'm like, oh, I'm so uninspired with work and life and nothing's going for me. And obviously I'm not feeling great. I'm like looking for a solution to this problem. I'm not going to find it by like sitting right here. I'm not going to find it by sitting in the same energy. I'm going to find it by going, literally switching my physical state, going outside, going to do things that I love, doing things that are nourishing to me. It's why we find why our best ideas come to us before we're falling asleep or when we're in the shower, because we're not thinking about anything else and we're relaxed. Or when you're outside on a walk. Like I actually call my work now like going out for walks and going to play. That is part of my work. And I would say the same thing for you. That is also part of your work. As I'm kind of blanketing all of us as entrepreneurs, because I think most are. But I think as a creative, as anyone that's in service of others and needs to access their creative mind, that is part of your work. Another line I love that speaks to that is never trust the thought that was created inside, as in indoors. Notice how you just feel so much better when you go outside? I mean, we all know like vitamin D, maybe not in Canada right now, but when you're around trees and in nature and right, you're like, oh yeah, life is really beautiful. Life is cool. I see a question here. Can we do a shorter script with our clients, specifically written for their commitment to healing, like a few paragraphs? Yes, I would love that. So not only am I a huge fan of all of you doing this for your personal and professional goals, but yeah, to do this with your clients, huge, right? Because if we want them to have the results that they desire, they need to see themselves in the same way. There's a guy that lives in my building, and I was out with him last night, and we were talking about this. That's why Think and Grow Rich was fresh in my mind. And he was saying he writes a form of a script, and in his script, he says, I work out every day, and I take and I eat really well, something along those lines. And because he writes that every single day, on the days where he doesn't want to work out, he's like, but I said I was this kind of person, so guess I'm going to the gym, right? It's like whatever you decide is going to be your reality. Okay. All right. So we're going to do a quick little journey, and then I got some time for questions at the end, and then I got a little gift for you if you're hanging out for the end too. Okay. So what I'm going to invite you to do is get comfy wherever you are. If you have headphones, that might make the experience a little bit juicier. I'm going to guide you through, let's say, like a 7-minute-ish journey. All right. So just dropping in wherever you are. Maybe you're sitting, maybe you're laying down. Taking a deep breath in from deep within the belly. And letting that go through the mouth. Audible exhale here. Let's do one more big deep breath in, inhaling. Light hold at the top. And letting that go, audible exhale once again. Just noticing if you can get even 5, 10% more comfortable with where you are right now. I want you to picture a bright white light shining from above you, shining down to the top of your head, making its way through your body, picturing it float through your veins, through your capillaries, through each of your cells. Imagining if this light contained the utmost nourishment as it infiltrates all throughout your body. Feel it alive in you. Feel the peace and serenity it brings. Feel the wholeness that already exists within you. Feel the worthiness that already exists within you. Feel the power, the limitlessness that already exists within you. I want you to journey back to the moment you began this career path for you. Remember the moment where you realized this is what I was meant to do. This is what I was born to do. I'm going to change so many people's lives. And I can't wait. Remember that feeling and feel that feeling in your body right now. See if you can cultivate it. See if you can identify where you feel the excitement in your body. Maybe it's butterflies in your belly. Maybe your heart skipping a beat. Maybe it's a surge of energy that says, I can do anything. At this point, you weren't entertaining what could go wrong or the challenges that you might face. You were focused on your mission, the path that your soul had set out to do. felt the fulfillment of potential within you, the belief you had in yourself. And where this path would take you. This here is the power, the belief, the possibility that still resides in you today. Because just like you just cultivated this feeling in less than 5 minutes, you can cultivate this feeling at any given time you need to. All you need to do is remember to turn to the things that help you to remember. Who you are, what you're capable of, and the tremendous value you bring to this world. And now I'm going to invite you to bottle up this feeling. Picture all of that beautiful white energy, that white light that's now infiltrated with your limitless belief in yourself, with the knowing of your power, your self-worth, and your value. And I want you to imagine all that beautiful white light filling a glass bottle. Watch it fill every corner. And I'm going to invite you to put a cap on it, something to seal it up, as a reminder to you that you have this with you at every given moment. You can access this feeling, this knowing at any given moment. Let's take a couple last deep breaths in. Deep inhale. And exhale. Last one before we return back, feeling the belly, inhaling, holding at the top. And letting the rest of that go, exhaling with an audible sound. And when you feel ready, I invite you to come back to the space, to the room. Hello. And I want you to write down just one word in the chat of what you're feeling right now. How would you describe how you're feeling in one word? Assured, beautiful, hopeful, empowered, hopeful, Love it. That's it, guys. It's all here in you now. Okay. You just got to see yourself in the same light that I see you, that others see you. That's it. We just got to change the story. And when you change the story, you change your beliefs, you change your thoughts, you start feeling the way that you want to feel, taking actions that are aligned with your highest self. You start seeing the results that you want to see. So when the millionaire comes to you and asks for a discount, you say, I don't do that here. Okay. So as a gift to you, as someone that wants to see you succeed and knows that all of you have so much value to bring to this world to help people, I want to help you to step into this power, help you to know your power and to change the story. I want to invite you to enjoy 50% off of my self-identity script writing course. I'm going to drop a code here. So you got to use this code at checkout, Networking Nutritionist. And this self-identity script writing course will teach you everything that you need to know about script writing. So it started for me with a 2-hour workshop, and since then I put 500 people through it. Who you'll see on the page of testimonials. People are like, "This is life changing," and just through the months over time, I've just added so much into this to make it as helpful to you as possible. So there's also sample script lines in there. There's a 2-hour workshop that'll teach you all about it. How to write your script, lead you through a desire meditation to get clear on what it is that you do want. You'll actually write your script within that 2 hours. So by the end of the 2 hours, then you have that. There's interviews in there with people who have written their scripts for 400 days, 500 days, athletes who also use the same sort of mentality. So much in there. Okay. So please do enjoy Networking Nutritionist, 50% off of the course. And we got 2 minutes. I'm cool to stay after, but I don't know if we have a hard stop. So I'm open for questions.
I
see one
see.
here.
Yeah, one here. She said, as you grow, your desires might change before they manifest. Do you then just change your script or adjust it?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, exactly. So it's really important that your script feels really juicy and good to you. So if ever you're writing something that you're not too pumped about or that doesn't feel in alignment, like I know I say don't change your script too much because we want the repetition to reprogram our subconscious mind. But if you're not pumped about it, change the script for sure.
Anyone else has any other questions? I'm definitely happy to hang out for a couple more minutes too. But I loved that little meditation. Thank you. That was so nice. And these sorts of practices I find are so valuable. And they're things that we actually talk about a lot within the group, are how to tap into that inner knowing and to manifest these things that we desire in our lives. And I feel like you've just packaged that up so nicely in the last hour. And I'm sure everyone here is going to take a lot away from that. And anyone watching on the replay later, of course, we'll share that code with the replay also. So everyone can benefit from that beautiful 50% discount that you're so generously offering.
Yes, got so much love for my nutritionist pals in here. Want to do anything I can to support.
Wonderful. Well, I don't see any questions popping in. So I guess that might be bringing to the end of our hour. Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited for all of you.
All right, wonderful. Well, I look forward to our paths crossing again. And thank you for sharing everything you did today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Bye, guys.
All right, take good care. Bye, everyone.